I've got to be honest, a lot of the mental notes that I was making during the game were quickly discarded in that beautiful couple of minutes at the end of the match in injury time. Not the best performance. We were very much under the cosh for a lot of the second half. We're not a very pretty side to watch, are we? There's a lot of long ball football. There was a lot of backs to the wall, which I have to say I thought we were excellent at for the majority of the game. But it all goes out the window when you win. 3 points was everything today. And, the one thing I was going to come on and say, expecting us to leave that game with a draw, was on the face of it, that would have been a really good draw, but actually having given away 2 points on Saturday, that kind of turns these away draws into not quite as good as they should be. But what brilliant fighting character to come and score a late goal like that. You did sense it. The commentators sensed it. I did sense it. It was the kind of game that we were going to steal a winner in. Andy Crosby deserves a bit of luck, doesn't he? You could feel the stress as we hit the hour mark, and his substitution decisions neared him, and he put them off as long as he could. And I have to say, again, changed the entire midfield, which, can't really argue with it because we won, but they're probably not the changes that I would have made. There were some excellent performances from Tranmere today. I'm being quite harsh, and for me, it was really about the youngsters in the side. I thought Blacker was excellent. Jaden Joseph, what a colossus he was at right wing back today. Absolutely superb. I don't think he put a foot wrong, and I pray to God that Leicester aren't watching him, because we would like him to be the forgotten man and to keep him here for as long as we possibly can, because he was superb today. And of course, making up the trio of youngsters who excelled themselves today was young Joseph Murphy between the sticks, who honestly, some of the saves that he makes, when McGee was diagnosed as being out injured for an extended period of time, and they're bringing in a youngster from Blackburn without any first-team experience, you do worry. I mean, this fella is defying everything, isn't he? He's a year younger than me in school, and he's still playing for Tranmere Rovers, which is bonkers. But my goodness, I don't think he's put a foot wrong, really. I mean, every keeper, by definition of their position, will make minor mistakes, and some goals where perhaps you could have done a little bit more. Some of his saves tonight. I mean, I hadn't realised that the one where the young Irish lad hit the post at the end, it was only on the third replay that I actually spotted that he did get down and knock that onto the post, and that has to go down as one of the greatest saves that I've seen a Tranmere goalkeeper make. I mean, he had no right to get anywhere near there. Really, really pleased with obviously I'm joking about him being a youngster, but the players like Blacker, Joseph, they've had the time now, and of course Charlie Whittaker, the most technically gifted player that we've got at the club. I do get frustrated that he drifts in and out of games, and I do think sometimes he can find himself a little bit too deep in the pitch. But he's really starting to take his moments now, isn't he? 2 great goals on Saturday and a lovely finish. I'm not quite sure how the keeper was so far away from it, because it seemed to go towards his far post in slow motion. I think it was down to his centre-back doing a little bit of river dance in front of and over the ball as it squeezed through. But great to see him score. How long is it since we've seen Tranmere sign a player with youth on their side and technical ability like that? Really, really pleased with him tonight. And yeah, 3 points. I thought I was going to come on here and say 18 games and 9 draws, but we avoided the 50% club, and we're now 5 wins, 5 losses, 9 draws. I think. No, is that right?
8 draws, I think it is.
8 draws. 5 wins, 5 losses, 8 draws. And we get so emotionally involved in supporting Tranmere that the disappointment in the results that we've had and giving away points from winning positions, I was staggering that we've lost 1 in 6 games. 3. When you take away the raw emotion that you get after defeat draws like we had on Saturday, we're not doing too badly. And 4 points off the playoffs at this stage of the season, I think anybody would have ripped your arm off.
Yeah, it's a fantastic position, and Look, the recent form is really good. It's now 3 wins out of the last 4 games if you include the EFL Trophy victory over Blackpool. In terms of league games, I think it's 1 defeat in 7. I think I'm working it out as now. That defeat being against Swindon, who went top of the league with that victory. They've had a couple of wins now in that period against, 3 wins in that period against Bristol Rovers, against Cheltenham, and now against Grimsby. And we'll get more into the nitty gritty of the performance in a moment or two, Dave. But you mentioned the league table there. A few weeks ago, little bit of concern over that position in the table, but suddenly you look at it now, and yes, Tranmere played a game more than everyone except for Grimsby, but they've opened up an 8-point gap to the bottom 2. 3 or 4 more wins in a quick period of time, and we'll be able to forget about that looking over our shoulder.
Yeah.
And as you say, 16th in the table, but only 4 points off the top 7.